In the ring we stand tall, words of blades that never fall, debate the warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. In the ring we stand tall, words of blades that never fall, debate like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean, spirited mind sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night, join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep and search for more.
And gentlemen, another week here for another episode. Hope you guys are good. This is CBN Tech Talk, also known as Black David, also known as Beer Paul. This is Wale. Welcome to the Spartan H2 Network collaborating with Anime Unlock. How's you guys doing? Everybody. Hey, my co-host, how you been?
I've been alright, man.
That's good. Have you able to watch some episodes? I hope none of the episodes trigger you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as far as a first timer watching Dr. Stone, I waited
And
too long. I waited too long.
remember,
I waited too long.
remember I said last week? Remember the question I threw out there last week?
I waited too long.
Remember the question I threw out last week?
What question did you throw out last week?
Cause let me refresh your memory.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Refresh my memory.
I said this show is one of my favorite because this the show that if you were to put all the Pookies and the Wayway, 304 in this scenario, how would they?
Oh, okay. You want to talk about that? I think that is. I think in the first 2 episodes that tells you everything. Well, actually, the second episode tells you everything. The second episode tells you everything.
You noticed that you were like, this boy is an asshole.
No, it was just very lightly funny. Trust and believe this is what I would call the ultimate survival show.
Yo, this show had me thinking about that for weeks. When I first watched the first season, I was like, yo, this is It's so funny, but at the same time, so educational. But you gotta ask yourself this question: what life skill do I have in case this ever happened to me? How would I maneuver in this type of scenario? A complete reset.
Mariana, welcome.
Mariana, how you doing? Good evening. How you doing? Oh, Mariana, I'm telling you, we gotta take this show is very, very unique. It had a fast growing fan base because the whole thing was more like, yeah, what if you the first one that wake up after 3,700 years? You walking around, you find everything that you thought would be around no longer around. You like, you gonna panic. You gonna, oh my god, what? Yo, I laugh about it because I was thinking every episode I watch, the decision you have to make.
9 minutes?
Are you gonna try to bring it back? If you know the hell you're doing, if you don't, you're gonna be static quo. Just go along with it.
Don,
Hey, Don GQ, how you doing? Yeah, he was never here. I know. Hello, good evening, Mariana. Once again, give you props. We'll wait a little bit more because I want people to come in so they hear about what we're talking about. But this show, the fact that it's so interesting, and I found out that they're working on the next arc of the fifth arc, and I was like, I had to watch the show a couple of times over to figure out what made the guy think the way he thinks, and how you pick who you're going to revive. That's the thing. He's something the one discovery that it was super critical. Oh,
Senku, welcome.
Senku. Oh. We got a audience. Okay.
Wait a minute, this Senku came in here. Oh, wait a minute.
We got a Senku in the audience. All right. I see. We do like this though. I want to ask everybody a question who was watching this first. Give me a situation where the whole entire world was petrified, was turned to a stone. 3,700 years later, you wake up, your petrification. And everything that you're used to see is gone. How do you face
So you heard the name and we summoned you, eh? David.
that reality? What
Okay,
is
there you
out
go.
next?
There you go. You was a little bit frozen there.
I don't know why I got folded. What should it be?
Yeah, it was frozen. You just came in now. You just came back in now.
So forgive me for my quirkiness on my PC that acting weird. So here's the thing about this show. Dr. Stone, I think this is a must-see anime for the whole family. For a lot of reasons. I'm not trying to scare you guys. You can watch it right now on Netflix. It's on Netflix right now. You can watch it on Crunchyroll. Wherever website you go and watch your anime for free, you can still watch it from there. But it's one of the most popular anime. Well, very unique in itself because it puts you in the scenario like question, act like it's almost like Survival. Remember the show Survival? But they throw these people on the island and they have to figure out their way around it. Remember Wally?
Say it one more time. Sorry. Go ahead.
Remember the show called Survival where you have people who go on these islands?
You're right.
Figure out. So imagine this is the large scale version of Survival.
Yeah, but with a little bit more knowledge. This is actually with knowledge, though.
on a global stage.
This is why I said this is probably like the most like very well intuitive survival show ever. And it only gets funnier.
This one, it's funny about it is that I bet you everybody watch it without questioning themselves. Like, what would I have done? So like, nah, I don't really have to go. Just have to question themselves. Why are we able to survive this long? This type of environment with no technology, no smartphones, no TV, no gadgets, no internet. Hello. That's a massive detox. How many people in this today's world is addicted to internet by now?
I mean, did that to their phone and social media?
Ooh. Or are addicted to their social media? What about all these addicted to their OnlyFans account? And welcome to this scenario.
If the world was put in a reset, I feel sorry for a lot of y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I feel sorry for all of y'all. Because depending on where you are in the world and depending on the shit break person you're around, I just feel sorry for some of y'all out there. Oh, David's frozen again. David's computer, please. You get it together. Get it together. Well, until David comes back, you guys. Well, one thing I can say for sure, though, literally just taking in like the first two episodes was probably the most enjoyable thing of them all, right? Because you literally saw like a wave of just polarizing not only just the humans, but pretty much just almost all of the animals, which only like
First
really
they go say
started
out
with
of their
birds for
mouth.
some reason. Okay, there you go. Now you're back. Oh. Okay, there you go.
I came back again.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really pissing me off with my computer. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, I'm losing connecting and getting back connection again. I'm like, really, what's really happening? Too many things going on, so I don't know what's it. That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm trying to be sure that's not the case. Really bad and embarrassing. A second. See, I can finish on the show so it should stop. Now I gotta do a speed test to see what is going on, why I have no hiccups. That should not be the case at all. That's weird. Maybe having a drop in my internet speed. Yeah, I have a drop in my internet speed. It's weird. That's what's going on. Normally, I'm going to get over 600 megs or so download and upload. Tonight, it's weird. I get about 293 download, 380 upload.
Okay.
Which is very, very weird. I have it right in files and getting a drop in internet speed. So let me continue. Sorry for the interruption. So with a freedom humanity in the track, thousands of years later, a bullet and science obsessed. I don't like the word obsessed, science obsessed. What are you trying to tell me? What's wrong being science obsessed? The number science upset when you have your smartphone, you have your internet, you even have your car. Okay, whatever. Science upset teenagers. Senku Ishigami, not the Senku in the chat room, but the Senku over here, awakened from his petrification, driven by an unwavering belief in the power of science. He immediately began working to revive other and rebuild civilization from scratch. 101 survival. His first survival is his physical self. Physical strong, but somewhat. Hold on. I didn't know this.
Nay, friend.
Yeah, I didn't agree with naive friend, which is naive.
Yeah.
Kaiju. Okay. Followed shortly by the keen-eyed archer, Yuzuriya Ogawa. Together, they embark on a monumental task of recreating key scientific invention and medicine, starting with the miraculous revival. I don't want to tell about the formula. I don't want to talk about the revival fluid because it kind of like, but you watch the show, you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, effort
Yes,
and
Eric.
change.
Then brand new to you. We told you this was going to be Dr. Stone. You didn't look it up, did you?
He told some of the episode, and I'm sure he was laughing from ear to ear, like, "Oh hell no!" They will make everybody feel awkward. Yeah, some discovery. The effort was initially met with skepticism and danger, particularly with Kata Shishu, a formidable fighter who believed only the strong should be revived. That was a crossroad. I ain't gonna lie, that was a crossroad right there because they could have revived everybody. Hi, Eric. But this dude, sir, you like, nah, leave the elder behind. You don't need to wake their ass up. Shady, but they read behind that. Put in
Yeah, he
philosophical
didn't want
conflict
to
between
stay.
science for. You don't know that's what I'm trying to say. What
Come on. The damn internet did it again.
we have done when you put in that
Okay, there you go.
predicament. Like, how are we gonna go forward? Because there's no way you can tell. Oh, it's not gonna be the big deal. Oh, yeah, this is a big deal. Put yourself in that predicament. So this philosophical conflict between science for all and survival of the fittest. How many times you just hear that phrase, survival of the fittest? Yeah, survival of the fittest, but without science, how you gonna survive the world? As they could gather allies and establish the kingdom of science, he faced numerous challenges, including hostile encounter with Wakata Empire, and the struggle to acquire necessary resources and knowledge through ingenuity, perseverance, and a deep understanding of chemistry. Physics, and engineering. Those are three major subjects that will literally give you survival skills if you don't know what you're doing. Right off the bat. You're gonna take my word for it. Take inventing critical technology like electricity, antibiotics, and glass, demonstrate how scientific principle can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles and pave the way for human survival. Like I said, there was an anime that makes you think what kind of degree you're getting yourself into. But some degrees do teach you some survival skills. Some degrees, well, it's whatever. I'm not saying all the greed are bad. I'm not saying all the greed are good. I'm just saying, based on this logic, what you trying to teach yourself as you get older, just in case of survival. I'm just saying. What you think? Did you able to watch it?
As far as what are my main thought? What part of my thoughts you want to
Well,
go
when
into?
you were first watching these episodes, what the first thing came to your mind? Be honest.
I mean, my first thing that came to my mind. I mean, look, what first episode was they came in there. Okay, you come into a science room. The dude is so brash, talk about I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see my dreams come true. I'm gonna talk to my favorite chick. I'm like, okay, well, go do that. And
That's
then
ultimate simp.
next thing you know, I guess. And then next thing you knew, the world was about to be pretty much the way it was showing. It was about to be fossilized out of thin air. For what reasons, I don't know. And then next thing you know, we go into the next episode. Next episode, he tells our main guy, Senku, over here, talk about, I waited for about multiple freaking seconds worth of counting, which is impossible that you can count that high and that long and remember it all. And then to even determine how long the world was being frozen, like you were just sitting there being frozen.
Wally, I knew that you would be triggered by that. Because when I first watched the first 2 episodes, I was thinking the same thing. Hold on. Telling me you were mentally awake for that effing long. Counting every single second for over 3,700 years. Let's put that in perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were petrified,
Eric has a question.
you had a question? Okay. Let me say, where can clueless, world-weary peasant like myself find this to watch? You can find this
I don't know why you gotta call yourself a peasant.
on Netflix. I believe they also have it on Hulu, but you can also find it on Crunchyroll. This is one of the most popular, most uniquely anime. That if you start to watch this anime, like I said, you will start to question yourself how you have conducted yourself, how you done made it through. I'll be honest though, I kind of liked the show so much. I was like, well, I would tell you, I had to look at my face last week. I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be the best environment to put
Alright,
certain
so
people to the
real quick.
test."
I definitely forgot about that.
Upgrade on the list. So you can find this on Crunchyroll, like David said, Hulu, Netflix, Prime/Amazon Video, Apple TV, and Max.
There you go. And please, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you that when you watch the episode, the first couple of episodes in this first, we talk about season 1. Please, 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 come back to this show, put your comment, and based on the question I asked you, what would you have done if you were put in that situation that you got to survive? What scare do you believe that you have would have made you last long enough before you lose your mind? Because there's no washing machine, or no TV, there's no internet, no smartphone, no gadget, no car. You had a complete hard reset.
I mean,
Look at my partner down. He's thinking like,
I can be honest with you. I can tell you one thing what certain people can do, but I'm not gonna speak it on the live though. I'm not gonna speak it on the live. Yeah, it's gonna go there. That's why I'm not saying nothing. I'm not gonna say it.
So here's the thing. Now let's say we were petrified at this same time while we're doing this show. Because 3,700 years later, we wake up, everything we were doing is gone. And we like, oh, what are we gonna do now? How you think Peter would have survived this?
No, that's Peter.
So, what about your worst enemy? What do you think how your worst enemy would have survived when they woke up? Me, I would have thought about it already. Somebody died of a heart
What
attack.
I think is my worst enemy to survive?
And they woke up in this type of scenario. I already know my worst enemy. They would have died from a heart attack. They were like, oh, no phone, no internet, no this. I can't call my girl. Call your girl where? No, she actually located.
I know one thing. Whoever's on planes, I feel sorry for you.
Oh,
Exactly. That plane part in that first episode. Crash and burn, everything, boy. You was snap, your head snapped, body snapped, everything snapped.
You gone. Anyone who's in the plane that time, you deleted already. You're not addicted.
And that's another thing. I actually question, like, imagine if you were to be able to find a body parts. Like, you remember when one of the guys found the body parts to a female and their parts is right there. Just imagine if you were to put like glue, like some formality of glue, and then trying to connect their body together, and then you try to re-snap. Would that even work?
Because in the anime, it worked. In the anime, which was ridiculous.
Would that even work? Like, yo.
No, that was
Just
proving you off.
imagine that.
You be broken to pieces in the anime. One day, able to put you back together. And next you hold. They poured out revival liquid and you come back. I was like, what? And here's the funny part. A lot of people was not being revived yet, only a selected few. It was based on choice. Who would? And the thing is, they wasn't in South Korea. What about Japan? What about the US? What about Africa? There's no one to determine who have revived it or who have not revived. Across the globe. Noted that, right? I'm telling you guys, I need to watch this.
Because the first two were only on survival for the simple fact of the cave and the liquid that was flowing off the cave that was dripping onto their bodies.
Which is very unique. My question is how his body got into the cave. Because remember, when they got petrified, they was in the building.
Remember, Senku said, well, for him, now I don't know how he got into a cave. I don't know how that came to fruition. That's one thing. I'm guessing a cave overformed the body, however that is. So his placement was very strange, since especially he was in the building. Now for the other guy, I would just believe by the time Senku, because think about it, you're at the tree where the girl was. So now him being in the cave, that was something different. I believe that when Senku got up, he put him there, which is why he left a message letting him know, hey, go down the river, dummy. Which able to find Senku alive, which made perfect sense. Because it's like, I knew your ass was determined to wake your ass up because of your freaking determinability. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
That guy was a forever assistant. All brains. No, he was all broad, no brain. No offense.
Yeah, exactly.
It was so messed up about the characteristics of these characters. It's so it was so funny. It was so hysterical. I was like, whoever wrote this anime, he had a lot of thought. There was a manga, mind you. They got a lot of thought. I'm sure you would think about what if my enemy would have been put to victim? How would it survive? When I asked that question. How are you going to rewrite history? They will really actually rewrite the history all the way through.
Yes, Eric. And right now we're only reviewing season 1 so far.
This is season 1 we're doing because there's about 4 seasons. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you haven't watched Dr. Stone, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. This is a show for everybody. Literally. Think I'm playing around? Okay. Watch the first couple of episodes and ask yourself, what would you have done? How would you have dealt with it? What would your next couple of moves would have been? Would you have tried to revive other people or be stingy?
I ain't gonna lie. Just like the first character, just like that the third character that got revived. Yeah, I'm on the foot. I'm on right there on his side. I revive some, not all. Some of y'all need to just go. Some of y'all gotta go.
Oh. Eric said he'll be big. Oh, Eric. If you binge watch this, I promise you, your brain will be burnt out because you'll be thinking about a lot of things. I will tell you,
enjoy.
I would tell you, put yourself in no predicament and figure out what you would have done, what you would have said, what you'd have chosen. Because I was like, damn, I had to agree with Senku all the way through. Because a lot of his decision was controversial. A lot of the decision was more like, nah, why should we invite them? But you got to think of the big picture. If you don't, let me go back. The first season 1, had 24 episodes. It was being produced by TMS Entertainment Studio. It was aired from July to December of 2019. It took up to 60 chapters for season 1. To let you guys know, it was a cool anime. The prolonged deprecation event. In April 2019, a mysterious green light flash worldwide turned every human into stone. Senku Ishigami, a teenage science prodigy, retained his consciousness. Still, that is highly questionable for 3,700. And count the seconds to stay sane. So that means everybody went insane when you're alive in the petrification, like, put back the light. I gotta pee. How many times you gotta take out a pee within 3,700 years?
Cause think about it, there's 60 seconds in a minute. There's 60 minutes within an hour, and then there's 24 hours within a day. So just do the math. Like, how much is that in seconds? Because I'm not counting that far.
Who will? That's one. 2, the fact that you're still alive in the petrification mode in darkness.
60 seconds. Bye.
You would have lost your mind too, wouldn't you?
This is intoxicating.
No, be honest. If you were petrified for that long, what were your thoughts?
Nothing. I probably think of it's over. Life is over. It's done deal. Well, I lived so far, but nothing.
Yeah, a few thousand years later, what my mom doing right now? What my dad doing right now?
What am I doing? When I'm dying, I'm living. What the hell? This is where survival of the fittest kicks in.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think anyone can answer that question. What were your thought process for within 3,700 years you being petrified before they revive your ass?
Simple. If I'm dead or I'm still alive. And if I'm still alive, why the fuck? Well, shoot me. If I can still talk to myself, then I guess I'm still alive then. Because how the hell I'm still hearing my thoughts?
My point exactly.
After Parasite, Bloodseed, FLCL, and the La Blue Girl, nothing can shock me. So looking forward to it.
You sure? You sure about that? All right.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Parasite is one sick son of a bitch.
I know. I could not watch Parasite. No, but I think I understand Japan are king of gore anime, but Parasite made me feel like this they do not watch because I might.
Parasite, the definition of no, not Venom. I was about to say Venom, but Carnage, but on violent mode.
No, it's Carnage on steroids, time 10.
While being on violent mode, while also pushing for survival.
I can watch Blood Sea. I can watch FLC, which is retarded. Now, Blue Gun is alright, but Parasite, hell no.
You
You missed
can't
me with
watch
that one.
Parasite. That one's so easy. You actually make it like it gave nothing but nightmare and just horror flicks. It's like,
Parasite is no different from Tokyo Ghoul.
well, then I guess I could watch Tokyo Ghoul then because I watched Parasite.
What? Tokyo Ghoul. See, Eric said, yep. You are Tokyo Ghoul, and you look at Parasite, you were like, wait a minute. Hold up. And there's a new anime coming out soon, whereby we as humans have some kind of blood-like magic, becoming descendant of certain ancient demon. Make me human. I'm telling you, there's a lot of unique anime coming out this summer. I'm looking forward to it though. I'm telling you, this was. I cannot watch Parasite. 3,700 years later, nature has reclaimed Earth. Humanity had extinct until Kaiju, Oki, Senku, Brony, best friend break free from perpetuation. Yeah, the Earth said F to all of us for 3,700 years. Say yes, we are free. No more war. No one burning out their trees.
It took
No one, no one stealing the resources. Imagine that's what Earth was saying. He gave us everybody the middle finger for 3,700 years because it was at peace.
Forget that.
Know what I'm saying?
The reset.
Know the thing? The Earth will reclaim the time on our ass.
Well, just imagine a world like, okay, we had before Christ, after Christ, then we have the counting numbers of the 2000. That means, if you think about it, we should have already hit the 3,700 years already.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be before petrification, after petrification era. Imagine that part.
Oh boy.
Eric, they go watch it in the dark. You do not. Eric.
That's what all the best time anime should be watched anyways. In the dark. For most of them.
Your favorite Emma who watched this anime haven't watched it yet? Please come back and tell me how you felt to go through all this on this show comment. Please. I want your undivided attention and to be blunt about it. If you would have crap on yourself, if you would have lost your mind, would you have made a tree house and thing called a rap? Now, no disrespect. There's some man out there, if they wouldn't that they can't live without a woman. What would you have found? What she's not good looking?
If they say that, wait, you said if there's no a man that can do what?
You know, there's some men that can't live without a woman, right?
Uh-huh.
And they wake up in this type of world. And they find a fluid that make them revive people. And for some reason, you can't find the prettiest girl to revive. What would you have accepted?
I'm only gonna say this one thing. This is somewhat impartial to what I was gonna say earlier, but without actually saying this exactly.
I'm telling you, this anime will have you thinking so many to now you were like.
But that's the thing though. Almost every chick in this anime were pretty decent.
Well, there's one.
Unless she was a sick mofo that got younger.
Yeah, there was one chick whereby I was watching. I forgot what season was this. This dude called her a gorilla because of her strength. Boy,
Oh shit! Oh, she's a granny.
boy, he had it coming. I think it was season 3 or so, and they revived one guy who was a ultra rich sport prop, but he couldn't come to sailing and dealing with the sea. He said, all these beautiful women. And one guy, beautiful women. I don't think this one is. This is more like.
Oh wow, okay.
I was thinking like, yo, why do one never say that in the past few seasons? No one call anyone. No, one did. No, take a call one lady called her gorilla because she had gorilla like strength, like for a female, like really. My first came to my mind. It might be the reason why she's single. No man was man enough to handle that. Now this is where your survivor instinct kicked in. That you have to develop some kind of strength never think you have. If you are a female who got that type of gorilla like strength, I don't think any man will be what the saying go? Have the gall or the balls to step up to the plate, feeling like they might be emasculated because of your strength. I'm telling you, this anime was funny. There was so many scenarios I was crying in my head, laughing in my head. I'm like, this is an unfair. It is so grimy on multiple levels. It reveals some of your craziest thoughts of certain people if you would have put them in that situation. Like, I wish I could put this guy in this situation. I was like, no, let me stop. Let me enjoy the anime before I start thinking evil. Because it was feeding that conscience. It was. I'm not gonna lie. I was enjoying everything and more. I was like, oh, if I were to wake up in this situation, you know the best part about it, Senku? About the situation? No one think about? No one paying rent. No one paying no bills. Imagine your rent was
That's why the
approved.
third guy said, "Why bring back the rich? Them filthy fucks will just try to put property tax on you."
But
Hey, what's going on,
imagine
lady?
that situation. You're looking at your bill. You're looking at your rent, right? And you're like, damn, rent is due. Bill is due. And you got petrified, just like that, right? 3,700 years later, you wake up, bills are gone. You don't want to pay no rent. You're like, my nigga, you just helped me. I was thinking about a lot of things. There are people who own mad debts. No disrespect. How many people had their rent due, their bill due, or there was in some situation with money, and that happened to you? And you woke up 3,700 years later in a scenario whereby there's no need to pay rent. There's no need to pay any bill. Rather yet, the company that you own your bill to is non-existent.
Right.
How would you have felt knowing that you don't own nothing to nobody? But at the same token, you got to figure out how to survive afterwards.
But I think that's somewhat of the price of evolution, right? It's like you think to yourself, in this foreign state, the only survival is just your wit and knowing the environment. But as time evolved, now it's like, oh, now we made these coins have value, and we put figures to idolize ourselves. And now it's like, ooh, now we need money. We need these things to now converse debt versus just go out there and go get your own food.
Uh-oh. Has found his future wifey at that time if he were to be revived.
Oh,
He made a choice. Eric, I hate to tell you this. I'm sure a lot of guys have made that same pick if they were revived. So if you had to fight for this girl, good luck. I'm telling you, this anime, it brings so many thoughts in my head, and I was losing it, and I was laughing. I was like, so much fun. Now I'm time to read the stuff that will irk you now. Chapter 1 to 3 is about survival and revival. Senku explained that the knitted axis from nitro fluid from cave bat droppings. So the same type of bat that was responsible for the COVID, like they would claim it was. It's the same bat that saved your behind.
which I find funny because even if the cave is liquidated, how is the bats paying tribute to that? Which is still questionable. Other than them being there, like what tribute do they pay to the cave in the liquid? Like what tribute do they pay to the liquid? Other than just being there on the ceiling.
You see what I'm saying?
Unless you're trying to tell me part of that sweat that you're collecting is part of their is that bat sweat. That's what you're trying to tell me. That's what you
I'll tell you this anime has
it is bat sweat glands. That's what it's all. It's bat sweat glands.
But it said K bat droppings. That could be many things you can think of.
So you're trying to tell me the bats are pissing?
Was actually save your behind.
Okay, so the bat pissing on me is the one that's saving my podcast. I heard it all.
I told you, this anime will have you looking at things so different. You start to question yourself, like,
And that reminds me. I heard this before, right? Because I think they said what lizard pee cures something within your skin from being, I think, a rash or something like that. So I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if this is like the same thing. It's like, okay, it can just lubricate the stones to it eradicates and just pop right open. Make it very easy.
this is why I say this anime, it will put you in different kind of thought. You start to feel like, I ain't gonna front. I cannot get mad with this, but goddamn. So it can reverse petrification. Revive Yuzuri Hagawa had you love interest. She console. That chick is highly resourceful. But the question is, what woman do you think who's like on her level of creativity you can think of that could do what she did? Let that one sink in. All you guys who watch this anime, let this anime teach you a lesson. Find a woman who got great survival skills with you, not the one who just look good for no reason with the BBL. Because the BBL is not going to save you in this Stone Age.
In the Stone Age, that BBL ain't gonna look good or smell good either.
Oh boy, I'm losing it right now. I'm trying not to go.
You want to talk about a BBL? What about the chest yells? Oh. Chest yells ain't gonna save them neither. I mean, it will help them float. All they gotta do is stand up.
I'm telling you, this anime will present so many unusual thoughts, and you type of like,
Hey, you know what? Hey, yeah, let me use those plastic rocks over there real quick. Let me just see if I can.
get the bad part. Feminism not going to save you in this one.
Oh, I wasn't gonna bring that up, but okay.
I had to.
Apparently, we didn't have to bring that part up. Because in this case, in this time frame, I mean, it should be. I mean, either which way, feminism or no feminism, it still takes the survival of everybody.
No.
Everyone got to pitch in.
No. You want equal right? Good.
I mean, technically, in this case, there is equal rights because you got to put in to get in. You really have to put it to get in. You ain't gonna just sit there and not do nothing. You better find some use. You gotta find some use.
So just because you pretty, I have to do all the work and you do nothing.
If possible.
What? This what I'm gonna do. I will build a tent or I'll build a tree house. I will bust my ass. When I'm done, I'll go hunt and get my food. Don't let me find you in my tree house and you put in the work. Fellas,
I ain't nothing to say. I'm leaving it right there. I was not trying to pivot this way. You just didn't pick up this point.
This anime is good for that and then some.
Apparently.
It's good for that and then some. So all you equal like liberal, conservative, bring your conservatism, bring your liberal mindset to this type of scenario. Tell me if it's gonna work for you. All you rich for, you're no longer rich anymore. Your bank account is non-existent. Your 401k is non-existent.
I know one thing's for sure. They're gonna throw in this. Oh, great! We're gonna be back under patriarchy all over again, but now in the Stone Ages. I'm gonna be like, well, in a sense. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Because I would also say, in a sense, well, you can't say that ultimately because at least there's a brain behind this. There's not bronze, supposedly.
I'm glad you brought it to the patriarchy. Okay, then everyone talk about the patriarchy, right? Cool. We don't have to work for you. You don't have to sacrifice for you. You can go to the other side of the area. You figure how you survive. But I'm over here burning what I need to be able to survive. Just do me a favor. Don't come over here and touch my hard work without pitching in.
I don't know if there was any survivors of the Snoo Snoo clan, but I don't know if there are any survivors of the Snoo. But hey, for any Amazonians out there, yeah, salute to you. Literally, salute to you in this anime. Salute to you.
Now, see, I get Wally a warning about this anime last week. I said this anime will bring a lot of thought to mind, and I figure out what we have done in this situation. What would you have? I was telling myself, okay, if I revive a few guys, what would I do? We'll chop down some trees, build up a nice compound, raise it up high enough. We'll build hunts, whatever we need to build. We'll delegate the task who will go hunt, who will get the herb. Any woman that we revive don't want to partake in this one, take a day out.
Well, one thing for sure.
Build your own civilization if you have the skill so.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
sure.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna say one thing's for sure. Pretty much like what Sensu did. Pretty much find a nice wide open space area to build. Stand by a sturdy tree. Build the lab. Build the house. Build the hut. Then that stay close by the river, at least good enough to stay by close water or decent clean water. And then, because so you know you're north and south at least from that point. And then from there, everything else is in between. Because he already put the work in. He was like, look, I already know there's things out there. Let me get these spikes. Let me get these axes. Let me get some of most of these things because Lord knows, the moment any of these things come my way, well, Someone gonna get put down. And he damn sure had that together. Boy, it makes you want to go watch those survival videos from YouTube.
Now, hear the
Be
best
like,
part.
let's build an underground hut.
You could tell they were the perfect duo.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, they were not only the perfect duo. They knew exactly what to do, how to be done. Wherever Senku say, he said, I got it. You get it? They were working on everything from start to finish. Like I said, all you feminism,
What?
all you feminists, that
No,
society,
on my laptop.
if you're not gonna partake in it, you stay outside. You build your own civilization. You build your own hunt. If you want to be in this, you better contribute. Ain't no freeload up in here.
Yeah, but that's the funniest about this whole thing, right? And that's the thing that this
But
anime
the
does
true
teach us. Is like,
discover
regardless,
ultra strong martial artists. True. So to rather believe only the young and the pure should be revived, killing the petrified remain of corrupt adult. Ooh. So could pretend to add up to battle, but secretly plan to oppose him. That was the risks. Now, I understand Kotata belief. No disrespect. I was thinking the same way too. I'm not gonna revive all adult. There's some people it's not meant to be revived. For example, Donald Trump, will not revive FBI. Katie Van, I will not revive you either. Republican Party, y'all stay petrified. Some people on the Democratic Party, I'm not reviving you either. I'm saying, if I recognize you, and I know you're not good for today's society, I'm not reviving you. You're keeping you stoned.
keeping stones. You mean let them turn to dust, right?
Let them stay like a statue. You put it aside, put a sign, do not revive. Revive at your own risk.
Ladies and gentlemen, David's nicer than me. Again, they'll be all dust. Thank you very much. No. We're making sure you just don't be present, period. There is no ops for deletion. Yes, there is no chance of revival here. You're gone. Thank you. Thank you
I'm
for your
telling
time.
you.
Without service.
Do I say this show will be going to the left and to the right because this scenario is worth it. I'll
They'll
find
still go
certain
to
people.
to be revived. Screw that.
I will make sure I will put it there as a reminder they do not revive a group of people. And if I can able to build a stone tablet to explain why you don't want to have these people revive, just to save you a lot of headache, there'll be a warning sign in front of each statue. It'll be a constant reminder. If you these type of people, we're not reviving your ass either. You need a monument to remind people what not to be. I know Wale is more like he'll grind your statue to dust. No, we ain't reviving you. No one wanting to find you. Here's what it is. Hello there, how you doing? So believe me, this is a cool anime, but like I said, this anime got me thinking about a lot of craziness. It did. I ain't gonna front you. From episode 4 to what is it? I can't see that part. They could escape from Kotaka Group, find Ishigami village, a primitive society descended from the astronaut that stayed during the petrification. That part right there, it caught me off guard. There was one small group that didn't get caught in the petrification, but they were in outer space at the time. They saw the whole thing. You laughing, right?
Oh, Eric.
Oh,
Right.
you an asshole. You an asshole. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey,
ladies and gentlemen,
all I can say is this: at least their death will not be as painful as they think it would be.
ladies and gentlemen, this is what I expect is going to happen in this show. For people that is real life or anything, Eric, you an asshole.
Oh my God! They'll just be just like the stones on SpongeBob. You just put one tip and just tip, and then it just falls flick scrap.
Eric already made it clear there's some people he do not like. So, oops. Hey, I'm sure many other people who watch this show will think the same thing. You find certain people that you had a vendetta and they're petrified. You gonna do the same exact thing. Oop, I didn't see it. I sat on it and broke it by accident. We don't have super glue to put it together. So imagine that. He befriends Chrome, a self-taught sorcerer. I feel sorry for the character. He was called himself a sorcerer. You're not a sorcerer. You're a scientist. What do you mean sorcerer? Because you figure out what you can do with fire? Like, really? With no primitive chemistry. Keyword. You know what they call it? Primitive chemistry. Okay, so we have modern chemistry. We have primitive chemistry. What other kind of chemistry do we have? Wally? Because they threw Kuma under the bus. He know primitive chemistry, but not modern. Ohaku, the skill warrior who can see, who can help Teku, sorry. Rui, the village priestess who knows of the legend about Seku's father. Seku introduced science as a sorcery to gain trust. He created antibiotic to cure Rui illness, earning the village loyalty. I feel like this. I'm still concerned about the part whereby there was a group of astronauts who saw the whole petrification and they didn't get caught in the light. My first question was this: how were they able to re-enter the Earth?
Re-enter by what means? Like as far as being
Well, anyone will watch the space launch, right? What happened when they go out of space? What time to come back to Earth? They had to get back on foot. So the fact that that small group got lucky, they were out of space and watched the whole entire Earth get petrified. And for them to return back to Earth, first came to my mind is how do you do it without no instruction, no communication back and forth?
Well, interesting. Well, technically, they're in a ship, correct? Supposedly.
They're in a ship, yeah.
So then you just have to idly find a way to land perfectly without crashing. So finding a nice safe spot. That's one thing for sure. Now, granted, where? That's the questionary tale, right? Where? And because the place is putrefied, well, yeah, sure, where are you going to land exactly? Because where are the humans that are alive, supposedly?
And the fact that they able to make it back on Earth without crash landing anywhere bad, I mean, by luck chance, they landed in the water. How far in the water from land did they land?
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
And how were they able to pull them onto land?
Oh, Eric, you're just horrible.
Eric is losing it right now. Eric is losing it right now. You think I was bad?
You said we're gonna go Flintstone this shit.
You think Wally would? You think what bad?
He said we'd do Flintstone
Is
Mania.
losing it. I'm telling you. Didn't I say this?
Oh my goodness.
Well, didn't I mention that this animal put all type of weird thought in your head? So you place yourself in that scenario.
That's horrible.
People true emotion
This
will
man, some of
come
you
out.
got heads for entertainment.
But Wally, speaking on fact, if you were to be revived in that scenario, people true emotion will come out on the surface. But you have bottle up.
Pretty much.
You don't have to worry about getting arrested. So speaking your mind.
Yeah, because the word arrested would be neither death at this point in this landscape.
You
There
don't
is
have to worry
nothing
about
else.
the feminist movement.
Well,
You don't have to
actually,
worry,
no. Actually, arrested would just being tied up if you can get tied up.
you don't have to worry about losing your job because there ain't gonna be any job. You don't have to worry about paying rent, paying bills. All those systems is long gone.
Mm, I mean, okay, not exactly bills, but you got to think about it. What was the re-ushering of quote unquote bills in a sense, right? Trades of goods. There's still that technically.
Well, you gotta continue watching a lot of these episodes because from season one already entered to season two, you start to realize the type of nonsense that was going on, the type of brainwashing was going on, the type of primitive, I call it primitive scamming that was happening. I was like, oh god, this is the perfect anime for this scenario. Some of the things that ain't going on. It's unnecessary, but it was needed. Some of the tactic they were using is pure diabolical, but you can't complain about it. It's in an anime that will make you want to drop your guard and just speak your mind. Like, what would I have done in this situation? Would I agree with this decision? And it would have been cool. I'm telling you, this is that anime. This anime will make you be like, hmm. And guess what? That society, you can't judge nobody anymore. If you want to find a mate, because you know why? She can't tell you, you making six figure in what? There's no figure anymore. You got a car? We in a stone age. Who got a car? You got a car? Can you build one? You got a house? You got an issue with my treehouse? What, you don't like my hunt? You can build a better hunt than I do? Okay, well. Oh boy. You see Eric. See what Eric says. You could always take up a more passive hobby such as painting all the statues like Salvador Dali. This guy is losing it. Wally, this guy is losing it right now. You can tell this anime is opening up some doors.
No, because I'm actually like just trying to get like sneak peeks of more further episodes while listening in. I'm like, okay, this is getting over.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, this anime, it created some thought in my head when I was like, I would like to be in that society, get a hard reboot, go to one area, build my own village,
As
with a
much as I
sign.
respect a nice reboot, I ain't taking the reboot. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't taking the reboot.
I'll put a sign in front of the village, not put a sign, no feminists.
Forget that. It'd have been no heathens.
oh, oh God.
Yes, no
No,
healing. Your
no
spirit
lazy
is
ass,
not welcome
no
here.
lazy ass dude. No freeloading. You work to live in here. If you freeload, you get kicked out from the village.
All right, well, let's get this down because we're almost like.
Hey, I'm just saying, Wally,
No, yeah. No,
this,
yeah.
this anime evoke a lot of thought process, a lot, and you can't say you wouldn't be thinking that way or worse. I'm just saying, it was that
Eric,
it was
why would
that
I waste
necessary
time to
needed.
even waste time painting the statues? They'll all just be gone.
Why won't I giggle? Your innate thought about this anime is coming to life. See this statue right here? You want to paint them. Why they want to grind them?
Oh yeah. The wrong people.
Or
The wrong people.
see? So you can't say like I did say this not gonna happen. From episode 9 to become chief, they come up win the village tournament. I probably even had a tournament around that time. He uses science, he outsmarted his opponents, suffer drug to heal Kohaku's sister, gunpowder to create fireworks. Now Kohaku is a girl. She is the one with gorilla strength. And she the baddie on top of that.
Wait, you said she's the one with the gorilla strength?
Yeah.
Oh, so there is an Amazonian in this. Okay.
Yeah. She
Ladies,
the one who
like I said, your answer's been praised. Your answer's been praised.
well here's the thing. She didn't act like any of these women in today's society. Any woman that today's that would have got her ass whooped by her.
I guess the sister is not intact.
She was more tomboyish than you can ever imagine.
Well, ladies and gents, ladies, I've spoken to some for you.
If you watch the anime, you will feel like she wasn't a feminist.
well,
You can't carry your own weight, she kicking you behind. And she got great eyesight. She could see from a distance. At a fatal thing, you got Hawkeye vision. Electricity will may be a handmade generator. He win but declined leadership, letting Kokuyo, the elder, remain chief. The man was slick. He was scamming these people in a very unique way so he could get more extra manpower. The whole time he was on this damn plane looking for manpower to do his dirty work. Even though he was doing some of the work too as well. He was doing a lot of work. But the planning, if you think about it, Seiko created the first company without people realizing it. He had employees. He didn't pay them no salary, but they lived to enjoy the how you want to call it, enjoy the work of that being produced. He didn't pay no rent, he didn't pay no bill. Did a lot of dirty work for him, and enjoy the end result of some of the dirty work for free. You can't complain because what he's doing is producing a better life for you. He was like the excellent boss to have, but you do a lot of work. Those who don't like to work, well, I feel sorry for that. If I say I would have had ability, if you cannot work, Don't need you here. There's no freeloader up in here. Everybody pitching. This anime, everybody did. In a very fun, sadistic, very sadistic. I'm telling you, Wally. If you watch season one, entering season two, going up to season three, you found some of the method they did to brainwash people to do certain things. You were like, this is why education is needed. This is why you need to be educated so you won't be bamboozled. This is why you need a brain, not just all broads. But the stuff they pull off, it was funny and comical about like it has to be done. Episode 15 to 18, the war prepared to begin. Secular of Datatata is under him and have revived modern warrior to enforce his rule. That was going to happen in any situation like that. The nerdy compete with the bros. In this type of environment, the nerds would survive easily. They put their brain together. I already know that already. The bro, well, you got to think about it. You want to bully people, but you want things to benefit your life. Mama to be the security, not bully people. The Kingdom of Science start industrialization. They quit cola. The first thing you make a Coca-Cola, really. Coca-Cola. What about orange juice? What about pineapple juice?
What? I don't want to.
What about 7-Up?
I don't want to.
You created cola of all drink. That's the first thing you drink.
I know.
I have an issue with that, but I let that slide. Glass making for land and beakers, telephone line for communication. As long as it's not T-Mobile, we good. It's Sekou TNT. Jen Asagiri, a deceptive mentalist, infiltrate the village at Tokata's spot, but later defect to Sekou. It is the kind of people you gotta be careful of. Jen Asagiri. He was not really a spy to begin with. He was an opportunist through and through.
Ain't that
You
what
know what?
most spies are at the end of the day? Just opportunists. Like if you really think about it, it's like who has the higher bidder? All right, I'm on your side now.
Look at this. Look at Eric again. All work, no play, make a jacket. You'll be working throughout the time in that stone age. Jen Asagi knew what he was doing. He was weighing his option. Tsukasa Society is a bunch of man baby, old Boston, body deodorant, weekend, nothing entertaining. And Sekou bring back cola, bring back ice cream, bring back all kind of stuff from modern age that you will miss. The man brought back ramen noodles. First best modern food he brought back was ramen noodles.
Just with all that damn sodium.
But that was life food over there. Until season 3 or so, they uncover a spoiled brat, but he might be a spoiled brat, but the guy is not about to see. And his butler was making brand new food that were almost non-existent at the time. So in a way, this is a good, like I said, this is a very good anime.
What?
It was really good. Not gonna lie. Episode 19 to 24, I believe, or 21, they battle against Tsukasa. Tsukasa army attacked, but Senku group defend with smoke signal, mirror coordination, limited firearm, homing musket, a tank made from a tree trunk and steam power, the first automobile. Carter versus Senku Climax. Senku tricked Takata into matching a fake petrification device. Yuga to Carter's spear-winning subordinate betrayed, and then he killed Takata because he realized he can make cola. He can make my favorite ice cream. You can't. I'm tired of burnt meat. No one don't know how to cook.
Screw cola.
Season.
Civilization is meaningless without peanut butter.
Oh, that's true. They didn't make that either. What's up? You made cola, but you didn't make peanut butter. Whatever. True cola, so what I did change mainly without peanut butter. Yeah, that's true. And look what this one is saying. It would happen when I'm not around. If you were not around, you're not Stone Age. If you were around, Peter, what would you have done? What team would you have taken? They would have everyone not around. I'm telling you, you need to watch the anime until you see what I'm talking about. It's crazy. See the end when Senku revealed his true goal to revive all humanity, not just the pure. I'm aware of. I don't like it. Now, here's some of the stuff they discover. We talked about it already. Nitric acid revival that comes from Ka bat droppings.
AKA bat pee. Call it for what it is. Just call it for what it is. Just call it for what it is. Call it for what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen,
If it's
we
bat
all get-
droppings, are we gonna call it bat shit?
ladies and gentlemen, if we all get petrified, and the liquid that will revive you for your petrification is bat piss. Mind taking it or not?
Look, y'all survive. Take the bat pee and just take a long couple of showers within the week. You'll be fine. Hey, would you rather be alive or be stoned and mirrored after someone just sitting there just doing things?
How much your pride is at stake just to get back pissed on you?
If it means for me to live, there is none.
Yo, Peter, you don't mind getting back pissed on you if you were petrified? I'm glad he's laughing. Come on. This is the question I would think everybody needs to ask themselves. If you were petrified for 3,700 years, this is more than enough years to burn down your self-esteem, to break down your ego and your pride. And the only way that we revive you behind is bat piss. Are you going to attempt to re-petrify you back for waking up through bat piss? Or you would have deal with it like, it is what it is. There's nothing to do about it. And like while they take a couple of showers in the river. Now, ladies, I know y'all worse than us. Don't mind a dude come to your statue to revive your bat piss? You're not gonna curse us out? Why you pull bat piss on you?
At least the bat piss is on the stone and not the actual skin. So you're not wearing it. Now let's be real. If you're in a tub and then the rocks start falling off and you're in still the bat piss after that, well, that's a different story. That's a different story. But after, the crumbles start coming in, then, you just get rinsed out, you know what I'm saying? Just hit it with water. Then it's like, okay, you're already going to be defossilized anyways. I mean, let's be real.
If you're watching this show and you hear my question, you have a fit. It's when you bat piss to revive your behind. Oh, it is good. You find it on Netflix. You will find it on Crunchyroll. Any other anime streaming site that you watch your favorite anime, you go there. But I promise you, it's good. You will find it either on Netflix. I think they have it on Hulu as well, and then yes, they have it on Crunchyroll. One of those popular anime that it will put your mind in a lot of loopholes or wormholes or a lot of thought process. You kind of asking yourself, if you were in that situation, what you have done. So I'm asking everybody, I mean, the ladies who are so irky or icky about certain things touching you. You have a problem with having your behind, we're back pissed, we're petrified.
The
Are
better
you gonna
not.
you gonna
Again, it's
are you
on the
gonna slap
stone.
you gonna slap us once we petrify you back pissed? Say you should have never done that today?
Well, at least it's on the stone and not your skin.
Oh, ask a good question. The
The
question is,
question
are
is,
you conscious in the petrified state or indeed torpor with no knowledge of the passing of time? If you're a brainiac, you might be conscious. If you're not a brainiac, you might be.
well, with that intact, I mean, if you think about it, let's think about it one way. Maybe the women would want to be petrified because at this point they can keep their age, aka their youth, well intact for a long time. And by the time you actually were to consider bringing them alive, at least they live like thousands of years and they keep their beauty well intact.
Just say that the bat pit restore your youth.
Apparently not, because now they can age. The statue was keeping their youth within.
But here's the thing: if you choose to lead them in statue, you don't have to hear the nagging. And that's
Okay,
it.
no, ladies. We'll love you and admire you while in statue form. I'm sorry, but some of you, if you are true naggers, I'm sorry. Oh, I can't resist. No, nagging is not welcome in my ears. No, no, can't do it. No, no.
This anime, I'm
You had to
telling you,
provoke that word. You had to provoke that word in there.
I have to.
Ah,
You don't understand. When I watched this anime, so much thought came to the surface. I was like, what do you know of a particular girl that you hate so much that she nags so much, and you find her statue? Will you revive her ass or say, nah, put a sign here, do not revive. If you revive, she gonna knock your head off.
I could literally give you a few answers, but you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna say it on the panel for the reasons why. Because the moment I did, it would just be shock factor of, Wally, how could you? And I'd be like, if any of you know what it means to live with you know who and you know what, yeah, you would do
See
it.
now, you see, I told you this anime will bring out some thought process. Will have you question yourself. Should I revive this asshole? Should I revive this lime out? Do I need a person to revive next to me, knowing that they person the pain in the ass? Should I revive the girl because she gave me no love? Oh. Should I revive the person because she gave me no play?
Okay, I wouldn't do all that now. I'm not gonna hold people
Wally,
alive.
Wally,
If you tell me that just because they gave me no pay, look, if you out there that talking about I would have revived this person if they gave me no play, y'all just petty and pathetic. I'm sorry to say that.
Wally, I am throwing every single thought anybody would have come across when they saw this anime and see they were putting that predicament.
Oh Lord, have mercy. I should be ashamed of
My
y'all.
brothers, you got revived before certain people. You got the revival fluid. You come across certain people that did you dirty, that turned you down. Are you going to revive them?
Yes, and then I'm gonna walk away.
Or you leave them in statue.
No, I'm not. I'm not that overzealous. I'll just pour it on them and walk away. I'll just let them live. Because let's be honest, you still have to deal with the threats of the jungle, anyways.
Oh,
Enjoy. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's the horrible part too. It's like death if you do, death if you don't. I can let you live, but then you have to live with the jungle. Have fun with that. Or either I can keep you as a statue and you won't be threatened. I mean,
you know what? Now why did I throw that? This is why I throw that idea. Let's put it like this: you go revive all the ladies that say who don't need a man. Don't need a man? Good. Revive you.
you ain't shit.
Go to your own side of the neck of the woods since you don't need no man.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
I ain't shit. I ain't shit. Shout out to MTR. I'm taking your song too. All the ladies that claim they don't need no man, if you got revived in that era, we'll tell you go to the other side of the island. Say you need no man. When we build our civilization, you build your own shit.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
What?
I ain't
Eric,
saying
Eric, am I wrong? Please tell me.
Apparently not, because look what he said.
Oh, Lord. Well, look at the Star Trek episode, I'm Aware. He made Andrew a copy of his wife, Stella. What a horror for him she was. Marina said, Mariana, hold on. Mariana, I'm telling you right now, don't take my word for this. You watched the first season of this anime, Dr. Stone. See the amount of work they gotta put through. And I'm saying this for the simple fact, all those women who say they don't need no man, I know damn well will not survive that type of society. Yeah, I'm gonna remind them, about 3,007 years ago, you said you need no man. Now that you revive your dumbass, we could have left you as a stone, but we have pity on you. So you go to the other side of the island, you be your own society, don't come over here. When men are
For me, Marietta, I'm just joking around.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. You go watch your.
But I'm still not joking about that no heathen stuff. That is permanent. That's permanent.
I would say
Keep your
you will watch
sinful
us.
spirits somewhere else.
You will watch about our village. You watch about our hunt. We watch about our permanent technology. While you over there, since you need no man, you merge with nature and figure your way out of that mess.
Merge with nature. Are you trying to say they're gonna have a nature phase?
Forgive us for losing our mind here on this topic on this show, because this show opened up a lot of can of worm, a lot of Pandora box. I'm saying crystal clear. If I was Senku, you have a bunch of women who say you don't need no man, I'll tell them put all the women of that clan on the other side of the land. Let them figure that thing out by themselves. They're not invited.
Oh man.
No freeloading. No 304. Only no Pookie, no way up here. All the Pookie don't like to do anything, we put them on the other side too with them.
I mean, at this point, Pookie Ray would actually thrive in this, though. What are we talking about here?
Do they have life skills?
Yes, it's called being muscular, like the doof in the first episode. They come on now. They got the muscles. They got they don't got the brains, but they got the muscles. They got all the wherewithal. They're just gonna be the carriers, and they're gonna be the one that's fighting and holding back. So at this point, yes, they actually do have some use cases.
Yeah, they'll live in caves. I know. They can't build their own hunt. I know. They won't build no sulfur drug, no gunpowder, no lithium, no cola. They will hunt animal, skin them, burn it if they don't know how to cook.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey,
Hunting and bringing it back, and then those that do, they'll just do that end of the part.
I'm just saying. I'm just being honest because this, ladies, please watch the anime. Guys, fella, please watch this anime, Doctor Stone. We talk about season 1 right now. We might come back and do season 2 if it's needed. If y'all want us to come back and talk about season 2.
Oh, definitely. Make sure in the comment section, y'all better leave y'all votes for season 2. Like in the next setup, vote for season 2. Review soon enough.
Because believe me when I say that this anime opened a lot of cans of thought that unnecessary was necessary. I was thinking like, I will have my team go through all this work. You just sat down and do nothing. You know that in this anime, everybody work. No one was freeloading. Every guy got put to work. No one stay in the sideline.
But see, but that's the thing though, right? But let's reflect back on today's world, right? And this is why I laugh at when men want to sit here and say, "Oh, I want my woman to be a stay-at-home wife."
Ooh.
This is y'all faults. This is why we in this predicament. I'm throwing it on y'all heads. Because this is what they're supposed to be doing. Putting work in. Stop holding them back. Get them on the battlefield. Remember, your woman is supposed to be a helpmate.
Wally said it. Wally said it. Not me.
Because y'all got this Saberman complex. I want to be Superman. Okay. Go ahead. Sing y'all damsels in distresses. Just do it over there.
And then why Marina said we are crazy. But I'm calling out that. Oh Lord. He had to bring this one in. Flintstone, meet the Flintstone, there a modern thought.
Hey, I mentioned it earlier. So.
Somebody took the Flintstones, revamped it, and said, nah, this is real Stone Age. I'm telling you. I'm glad you mentioned Flintstones. That was real Stone Age. But here's the thing about that cartoon back in the 80s. Everybody put in work. When you got on the bus, we were running on feet power. Everybody pedal. You think about it?
I mean, to a degree, everyone worked. I still have one thing to ask.
If you have a stone car, everybody use their feet to get it going.
Yeah.
If you got on the bus, the stone bus, everybody put their feet on the ground and push to get it moving. There was no if or no but.
Well, that was true.
You're using animal as if they're your trash disposal, your vacuum, or everybody was working. Either you work in construction, which is stone construction,
Which is pretty much the most biggest one of them on there.
if you were to be a secretary, you really do the hard work because there's no more typewriter. You were taking a hammer and a chisel and whatever your boss said, you had to chip it out. You working out your wrist. You were mowing along with the dinosaur that eat grass. Ladies and gentlemen, if you remember the Flintstone cartoon back in the 70s and 80s, look at the lifestyle they had. That is a little bit better than this one. This one, you start from scratch, my nigga. You start from scratch. You burn out a whole society. First, you came to the new world through bat piss, aka nitric acid revival. If you want to come through that portal, you leave at the stone. It made sulfur drug, which is good to cure both common sickness and disease. It made gunpowder for fireworks and weapons. It made electricity. It made cola. It made telephone line. So to the end of the season, it made a steam powered tank. All this invention from one guy who would they call science upset. No, he was a highly skilled engineer. Oh, I remember this one. He said correct. Sometimes the bug with a giant trilobite. Be on top of one dinosaur, then you gotta climb your behind. Okay, mine there's no elevator. You really have to climb up there. There was no room for ladiness during the Flintstone age. None. You can be
You
a
would,
pooch.
you would just think it would just lower its head, and then you just stand on its head, and then voila, just put you right there at the number you wanted to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But in this Stone Age of Dr. Stone, we have no use for dinosaurs.
Because there is no dinosaurs. In this time frame, there is no dinosaurs.
So you had to rebuild yourself from scratch. Sorry, there's no mansion. You either live in a hut or a treehouse. So all the 3 or 4 talk about the one there, Birkin bag. There was no Birkin bag in this era.
They still know Birkin bags in this era. What are you talking about? Remember, all that's been made in China. Japanese, hello? The so-called Birkin bags ain't even Birkin bags. They're just bags.
It's
With nice
Chinese
fancy
made.
Legos.
And China trying to tell you guys, screw you guys.
All they do is just put their little single in their lemon, and then it's like, voila, it's a Birkin bag. No, it's just a bag with a nice coating. Congratulations.
Yeah.
A quality bag with nice coating. But hey,
hell.
once you get that nice symbol on it, bloop, bloop.
The theme of season 1 was science versus primitivism. It's more so science versus Stone Age Pookism. Am I wrong?
Wait, say that again?
They say the theme of season 1 was science versus primitivism. But that primitive wasn't really primitivism.
Primitive?
It was more so like Stone Age Pookism.
Uh-huh.
Because Tukata and his crew were more like Pookie that got revived. And they felt like they're the men of society. Not too much of enough survival skills. So what they could do, use his knowledge to rebuild what was lost, which is with a lot of benefit. I would rather have electricity without paying the bills. When you made electricity, who paying in the bill at that time? Okay then. Survival and innovation, every invention is a step toward reclaiming the modern world. You know it still have a long way. But it gets some sense of comfortability, made life a little bit easier. Money of revival, Takata wanted a pure world, so he could believe in saving everyone. And the pure world was based on his own bias, who would think it's worth being revived. And let's say he didn't have a Tukata, we have somebody else. What are they going to revive? Or the Pookie, or 3 or 4? What are they going to do?
I mean, but you have to think about it though, right? If you only revive only the pure, are all the pure-hearted people that you revive, are they strong? And if not, how much strong people are left to fight for your survival?
That's why I say, let's say it wasn't a Tukata, somebody else who was the ultimate Pookie. And only reviving all the Pookies, all the Rere, and all the 3 or 4. How much side would it be?
They be on the side where the heathens can't lay.
And I'll throw this in the mix. Like J Prince. You grab all the Pookie and the Red Red and all the 304. There'll be too many baby mama. You can't do no DNA tests.
I ain't touching that.
Look, you ain't touching that. Funny part, there's no child support in that era.
Yeah, you're gonna take it there. You were gonna take it there at this point.
I had to apply all real life experience.
He
That
said
Stone
everyone
Age is the era whereby condom, no one's making condom. That era. It's a free for all. If you have any Pookie out there, a lot of female will get knocked up. There's no child support. There'll be no cost. So you have to be popping a bunch of baby to replenish the society. But you know that who the child belongs to based on what the child look like. There's no Dr. Miami. So I'm thinking if you had a BBL before the replication happened, 3,700 years later, the BBL disappeared.
you can't be.
But you gotta revive. The BBA they had just appear on your behind. You never get your money back. What are you gonna do? There ain't no Dr. Miami in the Stone Age.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, some of y'all can't run to Mexico either. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I had to throw that in there for being petty. Okay.
7 out of 10 every word now a Pookie, whatever that means. We're referring to guys who are low vibration, don't like to work. The only idea of fun is knocking up women.
Thank you, Eric.
Now, sadly, I hate to say this, sadly, that'd be the most honorable thing they can do in that Stone Age because as they getting knocked up, they're popping out baby to turn into society. Ironically, the bad part is you don't have one guy knocking up all the women. That'd be so good. You want to have some smart people get into women pregnant. You have some smart people.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie though, but without modern drugs, how are women going to push without help?
Here's the problem. Remember earlier we discussed there was a group of people who survived from the accident that came on Earth. So they were going to modern labor without the drugs.
With what drugs?
There was no drug without the use of drugs. So,
And that's my whole point.
So if you're not strong enough to give birth in that society,
Ladies, stay single. I said it. Get them down. You don't got no drugs. You got no help. Oh, look. I ain't hearing it. I'm going to kill you.
yeah, correct. That is correct.
Yeah, pretty much, Eric. Yeah, pretty much.
And what Wally point out, since there's no modern medicine to help with child labor, you're going to do it naturally. No epidural, no aspirin, no pain reliever. Straight keyhole push.
Yeah, ladies. Close your legs. Protect your purity. Any mounts you have left. Cause boy, they ain't no drugs for y'all. I can hear it now.
Do I say this anime? They bring modern thought into reality. A lot of things will be taken away.
You know what? A bad friend.
A
There is
lot.
modern. You know what? There is a modern drug. You know what it is? Hey, you remember the Fresh Prince of Bel Air? Just give her your hand. Support. You. You should do it like 30 years ago.
You know what I did this for? Remember what I said? One of the girls, her name is Kohako. She have a strength like a gorilla. Try to get that girl pregnant. Let her squeeze your hand. What happened?
Oh my goodness, bro! I can only imagine the pain, the severity of your hand. I know it's gonna be wrapped up after this. You're gonna be like.
So all y'all
That's gonna be
fellas,
modern medicine in that time frame.
if you got revived in the Stone Age, you got a girl pregnant,
You're screwed.
and time for the labor, you're not strong enough to hold her hand,
Have fun.
don't call us. Say, no, hold her hand. You put the seed in her, you might want to give your hand. I'll empty your hand for support.
If there was a Papa Seed, problem solved.
Oh. I'm just saying. You got a lot of weak men who like to get women knocked up, but don't volunteer their hand for support for the labor pain.
Well, knowing Senku, he'll probably be able to figure out modern medicine at that point in time within natural herbs and figure out how to do this naturally.
No, but he would ask the people who he met on that particular island, who are descended from his father, who survived the petrification, how you deal with childbirth? They said, oh, we just push that.
Gentlemen, prepare to sacrifice one of your hands. Choose the less weak one.
See, well, like I said, this anime will bring modern day scenario, put in that environment. You got to realize, shit, that's good. Here's another joke. I know that I'm called for. I'm trying to be political. They're kicking out the legal immigrants who mostly work on farms. You will be doing some farming, no matter what way you are in. So you're not gonna pick up no crops? Because 3,000 some years ago you didn't do it?
Yeah, well, not no more, fella. Not no more.
So 3,007 years ago, you had a regular job, you had an office job, you had a factory job, whatever. Okay, fine. You got petrified. 3,700 years later, you got revived. And now there's none of those jobs exist, but you have farming. You not work on the farm, you not pick those crops. Go call it slavery when by no way putting the whooping you have, but everybody got to eat. Insane. Am I wrong?
Hey,
This is why I say this. I'm glad this anime existed because it put you in a perspective. You like, I never thought of myself doing this type of situation, which is crazy. How would I survive this scenario? What would I be doing? I would have been with Kaiju working on the farm, get my workout on. Hey, we farming, we growing crops, food, everybody can eat, right? Get that muscle on. Cliffhanger to Kata is quickly injured but still hit no will revive it. Next goal is to find the original petrification device to mass revive humanity. This is season one entering season two. Season two, Cliffhanger season three is very unique. A lot of invention, a lot of discovery they made across the time. People are now highly invested. Whatever needs to be done, what I'm saying, you cannot be lazy. This era, well, reviving this era, you cannot be lazy at all. Fit in where you fit in. I know for a fact I'll be part of the farming crew. What? Grow food, you harvest it, you store them, get what you need. I'm gonna make sure we have produce more than enough food that we don't have to go without go without hunger. Good. Or you be part of the crew that build homes for people. So ask yourself this question. If you see season one and enter season two, what crew or what part of the team will you be a part of? What thing fit your criteria? There's no lazy person allowed. And no, I'm not gonna be no damn midwife. You're not gonna have me watching who popping our kid, and I'm watching you, sir, hold our hand. This is your work here. You did this, so sacrifice your hand so you get through the pain. You know, when people, you were man enough to put a seed in her, so you can be man enough to give your hand to her.
You know, it would have been very interesting if there were certain people hiding somewhere where the rays of the purification waves weren't able to touch, and there were people still alive at that time. That would be interesting.
And that's what I thought, but then the way it went through the building, it caught everybody inside. You know, you're in a hole with no window. The picture just
All right, Eric got another question. Mass purification of humanity doesn't abolish the technology or store information of such things. It would still be there, probably in states of entropy, but not vanquished or vanquished. They
that's
would
Eric.
be like artifacts in ancient texts. Interesting.
But here's the thing: 3,700 years
Yeah, most of that stuff will be gone.
without maintenance. Without maintenance.
At least there'll be a clear guideway. So in some cases, but definitely, yeah, maintenance would just be rubbish.
So we have seen what happened when you see it, when you're looking for the Titanic underwater. It got eroded over a period of time, right?
Oh yeah, well of course you can't go that deep down underwater to even see it. But at least
So,
from certain parts of things that are actually on land that is still archivable.
so 3,700 years after how many evolutions are taking place? How much time the Earth eroded technology? Nothing will exist. It's almost like nothing going to exist. If it was to exist, you got to
Oh
dig
yeah,
under.
no, nothing's for sure. Nothing going to exist. But at least would the product be there enough to say, can you replicate it, reconstruct it, see the inside parts without it going to rust? That's the question they tell me. So.
That's why
The
if we
thing about
watch
the buildings are still up out there somewhere, right? So it's like that's another thing.
That's what I said. This anime, it provoked a lot of thought. You got to ask yourself, what could you have done with this? How we have gone about it? We have done something different what they did. Well, best believe, even I myself, I would think that would have happened to all of us here. We would revive. Be able to cope with knowing that, okay, we start from scratch. Now rebuild it. Start building a new civilization. Are you going to choose who to go to revive who can make your job much easier or choose who will make your job harder? I'm telling you, you go there, You called it the exact word. Archaeology, enough said, I know. But will you be able to do it at the Stone Age time? That's the difference. Watch the anime, watch season 1, the 24 episodes, right? She will lay the groundwork what it looked like, trying to start again from scratch. No tools. You're gonna make your own tool based on permanent knowledge over time. Yeah, you're working your way up to build your tools. You gotta build more new tools based on access to what resources are like to do such things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll say it again. If you want to watch Dr. Stone, you will find it on Netflix. You will find it, I believe, on Hulu. I believe they're also on Amazon Prime. It might be so too. I'm not sure, you can check. You will find it on Crunchyroll. There are a lot of anime sites that are out there that have this more series. So far, there's be up to 4 seasons, but different parts in between. But if you go according to arc, so far it's within the 5th arc right now. This is an anime that is very unique in itself, but will make you ask yourself questions about how you have faced such challenges, what you could have done, what you could have learned before this ever happened, what you have changed. But yet, ask yourself this thing: what life skill do you have now that if you get close to the type of person now, you're able to utilize that life skill? Are you good with woods? Are you good at building stuff from ground up? You have survival skills that are very knowledgeable. You can produce certain basic things without the use of anything, or to build your own tool from scratch. What do you have? That is it. I'm telling you, why will be watching a lot of episodes these past next couple of weeks. People have been watching their own.
He's in the episode right now getting his face beaten.
You will go to season 2, season 3. You be like, damn.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to take a piss stop. We gotta go to the next episode after this one's soon enough. So yeah.
So you told you that end. What do you have scheduled for the week? Because we got tomorrow is another show for the.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so coming on Mr. Bennett and Coach Ferg's show tomorrow, they have Do Development Zones Really Work? Tune in for that. On Saturday, we'll be talking about The Terminator, a cinematic legacy of time travel and artificial intelligence.
Oh, Lord.
And if I'm not mistaken, on June 3rd, which is a Tuesday, because we do not know yet of the pronounced Sunday show, but on Tuesday, No Mountain is Too High. And then next week, we got JoJo Bizarre Adventure, the most stylish anime of all time, on the first season. And by that, it's JoJo Adventures. Oh, Bizarre Adventure.
That anime is twisted.
That anime's fun.
It twisted. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, I want your comment on this show. My question to you is this: if you was reviving that Stone Age, what would you have done? What would your mindset be like? What team you would have been a part of? And if you are a feminist, you think you can survive that society?
It's so petty right now.
Why not? Why not?
Because we already know the answer. That's why.
Come on. Equal opportunity. Equal rights.
Go ahead. Just go. Just go.
I'm so sorry. I'm not letting these people go. We want them to face the real reality. So you want equal right? Equal opportunity? So equal workloads. Get to work. So on that note, I am TBN Tech Talk, aka Black David, aka Bear Paul. I got my co-host over here, is Wally. I hope he don't go banana on the next couple of episodes that he will see. Now he might end up commenting on this show and put his 2 cents about the anime like. I might come in and put my own comment too. I'll be like, say, to all you lady ass dudes, if I revive you, you gotta go to work, I'll kick you off the island. On that note, good night. Wally, the mic is muted.
Sorry, I just noticed. All right, so real quick, for any of you guys out there that made your comments be known in previous episodes, more likely so, I will be more likely checking back with you all and making some uploaded content from this side of the field, just to reanimate of what you guys put out there, because I have been taking some looks as far as some of the things that y'all commented on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and other than that, I noticed like as far as some of the datas of the shows that we have done, I've seen that it's not been favored in the style that we've done it on amongst the live. So maybe a piece by piece dialogue would be a little bit more better, just to make you more fluently inside of it. So we're gonna try new things just to build it up. But with that said, thank you guys all for tuning on in. Much love to all you. And oh yes, Lady Nova, I know you asked me earlier, why do I not have the name? It's simple. There is no more I forgot what I called myself. There is no more Fireburn. There is no more Fireburn. It's just Wally. It's just Wally. All right. Yeah.
I chose Bear Paw because I want to make sure people know if you come near me, you get whooped up by a black bear. Pun intended. On that note, good night. Be safe, be tight, and have another day.